Hey, my Squatch monsters. On this Off the Rictor, we're going to be talking about Kelly Shaw and... Where was I? Kelly Shaw and... Hey, my little Squatch monsters. It's time to shake up the Bigfoot community. This is Off the Rictor. We're going to find out if Bigfoot's real by watching videos made by researchers, hoaxers, and attention whores like me. Oh my God, this is why scientists don't take us seriously. I've got news for you. There's no such thing as a Bigfoot expert. Say no to the woo-woo. I'm the Team Taser superstar. McFly here thinks he's a Bigfoot expert. You want your Bigfoot video to be seen? Now's your chance.
Kelly Shaw, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization.
Our first video tonight on Off the Rictor is by Kelly Shaw. He's got over 346 subscribers. He's part of something called the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, and apparently he has some very important information he feels the need to share with the Bigfoot community.
I'm usually get in front of you guys and I talk about Bigfoot sightings. I am in a Bigfoot sighting hotspot, by the way. I'm here to talk about some issues with the Bigfoot community. I see a big cancer inside of the community. I really don't like to talk about anything that's negative, but this is something that needs to be addressed. This is kind of like making the public aware about Rick Dyer's hoax, Todd Stanzing's hoaxes, so on. Ed Waterman, we finally got him to leave the community and quit hoaxing.
Okay guys, 3 things. Number 1, Kelly Shaw is not Mike Wallace. Number 2, his show on YouTube isn't 60 Minutes. And number 3, who died and made him in charge of protecting the Bigfoot community? As if he has some kind of say in who can be driven out. Honey, do you know how many times I've heard Rictor needs to be driven from the community? Who's doing the driving? I'm not going anywhere. Rick Dyer, the infamous hoaxer. Do you know how many times people said he needs to be driven from the community? You guys have all dropped the ball. He ain't going anywhere.
He has a really, really small penis.
He's still here. So am I. Let's finish this bitch.
There's some media hangouts. I've got over 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 30,000 viewers on our group's website.
6,000 subscribers? Last I checked, he has 346 subscribers. 6,000 subscribers. I don't see him. Where are they? Where are they, Kelly Shaw? You know, some of you Bigfooters think you see imaginary, invisible Bigfoots. Maybe some of you see imaginary, invisible subscribers.
And then between the two Facebook groups of Bigfoot, I have about 2,000 subscribers.
Bitch, please. As if he has any muscle that he can flex. Who's got 30,000 Twitter followers? Oh, that would be me. Sorry, Kelly. No, you're low man on the totem pole.
There's a couple of cancerous hangouts out there on Facebook. One's called the Coalition of, I don't know, Science, Sanity, whatever, in Bigfoot research.
There's a couple of cancerous hangouts out there on Facebook. You all right? Is he touched?
The guy that created it, Steven Sievert or whatever, I don't know. You know the guy. He's the guy that has the bookstore in Willow Creek that's called the Bigfoot bookstore.
Okay, Stephen Streufert, who he's referring to, was also the Bigfooter of the Year in 2011. Yeah, he has a Bigfoot bookstore, but he's also the go-to guy when it comes to Bigfoot information. He's also skeptical. He doesn't believe every single video and photograph is a Bigfoot. He demands proof, as do I, and so should you. Not everything's a Bigfoot.
He uses this as a guise to stir up hate and discontent inside the Bigfoot community. He really hasn't contributed to the Bigfoot community at all.
Actually, he has. He's part of the Bluff Creek Project, where he and his friends go and put trail cams and do measurements of the exact location where the Bigfoot was filmed by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin. That's more than you. That's more than me. And hate and discontent? Honey, that's my job.
The only thing that he's really done is named his bookstore after Bigfoot. I've been there. It's kind of a stinky, dirty little place that's a front for his hoarding problems.
Okay, so he was at the Bigfoot bookstore, but he never said hi to Steven. Kind of weird. Kind of stalker-like. I mean, you're gonna travel all the way to Willow Creek and go into his bookstore, apparently smell it, and not say hi to Steven? I mean, Steven Streufert is kind of like a Bigfoot celebrity. I mean, he's always on TV. Wonder where else he's gone shopping. Walmart, well, that's kind of like a given. Oh, and Hello Kitty. Kind of surprised by that.
He doesn't contribute to the community. He's really an anchor in the community, a cancer. He's kind of a leech on the community.
I find it ironic that Kelly Shaw brought this up. If the field has a cancer, it is the hoaxers, con artists, cultists. Yes, there are cults out there. Attention whores like me and the deluded. It's not the people holding the field up to a standard of critical and logical thinking. That's the problem with the Bigfoot community. Continue, Kelly.
He directs his jealousy or whatever at people that contribute to the Bigfoot community. You know, I don't mind people out there exposing hoaxers and stuff, but when you're out there going after legitimate people that contribute to the community, there's a problem.
Okay, we need to stop right there. Anyone can post a photo and say, that's a Bigfoot. Anyone can post a video and say, that's a Bigfoot. They do on a constant basis. People like me and Steven Streufert demand proof. We want evidence. We think Bigfoot's real. Let's see the evidence. Where's the due diligence? Where is the follow-up examination? Did you go back and take measurements? Were there any eyewitnesses? How about DNA collecting effectively? No, 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 no. That is the Bigfoot community. Kelly Shaw, honey. No.
And I'm starting to lose a lot of faith and respect for those that associate with them. I'm a guy from Tennessee. I really love the guy. You know, he used to be cool. He used to be cool till he come out to the coast and he started getting into these alliances with these cancerous individuals.
Alliances with these cancerous individuals. He's talking about Jeffrey fucking Kelly. Okay, dude, Jeffrey is a... Hey man, what do you expect? What business is it of yours anyway if Jeffrey Kelly moves from Tennessee and makes these alliances with people like Steven Streufert? Who cares? You're not paying his bills? Do your own thing, focus on your shit. If your shtick is to make videos going after people like me, do it right. This is not the format to do it. Slanderous, it's wrong. It's not cool, it's not even funny.
And this Steven Stevert, whatever, I can't say his last name, don't care. You guys know who he is. The bookstore guy kind of looks like, you know, he's hard to explain. It looks like his neck threw up.
I wouldn't talk. At least Steven Streifert's got a neck. You're suffering from what Tim Fasano has, you know.
I'm exposing it. I can handle the rocks that are going to be thrown at me for exposing this to the Bigfoot community, but just like the Rick Dyers and the Ed Watermans and the Todd Standings, the Bigfoot community needs to know about this Steven Stevert and his coalition of insanity is what I'm going to call it.
Actually, the entire Bigfoot community is a coalition of insanity. In this video, Kelly Shaw is pointing the finger at Steven Streufert, when in fact, he should be pointing the finger at the Bigfoot community, because the Bigfoot community is the real problem. They don't demand proof. They don't ask for due diligence. They don't want the truth. They want to be spoon-fed everything that's supposedly a Bigfoot. Honey, have you heard of Jim Jones? The Bigfoot community does not deserve respect. Do not give this Bigfoot community any respect. If any respect is to be given, it is to Sasquatch evidence, proof, not making videos going after someone or slandering somebody. If you want to be taken seriously, don't make videos like this. Instead, do due diligence. Do a follow-up examination. Be a beacon of light in this dark Bigfoot community. Next. This next video is by Butchie Kid Videos. They have over 134,000 subscribers, and this video has almost 179,000 views. Why? I don't know. But the show's description says, shocking Bigfoot video filmed by a snowboarder in Burlington, Vermont. Homosexual humanoids caught on tape.
I'm here on location in Vermont, where I was just doing some snowshoeing, and I noticed these strange tracks in the woods here. They look like bare feet footprints. What the hell? Holy shit, it's a couple of Bigfoot!
Now, upon first glance at this video, you're probably wondering, could that possibly be real?
And they're holding hands? No way! Could these creatures be gay? I don't see a set of tits anywhere.
A set of tits? They're called chesticles.
I never heard of crypto homosexuals before. Wait, I might be wrong.
Crypto homosexuals? I think I like the ring of that.
One of them looks hurt. He's limping. He must have pulled a muscle, or he's got a serious case of humanoid hemorrhoids. Whoa. Look at these sissies. They're afraid of a bush, for crying out loud. Well, that's not a good sign. I bet these two primates are guy mates. Now that I think about it, this is a same-sex marriage state. I wonder if they set a wedding date. Hey! Who's the butch and who's the bitch?
Give me a break. It's called top or bottom. You know, Rick Dyer, Stacy Brown.
Damn! There goes the bride. Well, I guess that answered that question. Oh shit! His boyfriend's bent! Oh man, I better get the hell out of here before I find out the hard way! He's freaking gay! Oh my god!
This video is retarded. Gay Bigfoots don't act like that. Trust me.
Yo, nothing like a good Bigfoot story to stir up some lively pseudoscience discussion.
Next, we have a girl who begins her news piece about Bigfoot with yo.
Yo.
Her name is Genevieve Sullivan. It's like a Bigfoot news video being shot in the basement. Well, anyway, Henry May could do a much better job telling Bigfoot news than this silly little girl.
Now, if this video makes the next off the Rictor, well, whatever.
Now this video has over 2,600 views, and this channel, 1 Minute News, has over 55,000 subscribers. Why? Let's watch this failed science project.
Yo.
Yo? Who begins a video with yo? She doesn't look gangsta. I'm gangsta. Pop pop.
Nothing like a good Bigfoot story to stir up some lively pseudoscience discussion.
It's more like a pseudo video. Now I realize the Bigfoot community, the majority, has like a 6th grade education. So let's look up this new word, pseudo. Oh, here we go. It's an adjective. It means sham. Kind of like Rick Dyer, hoaxer, you know, not real.
New analysis on samples collected by Yeti hunters shows that there's still no Yeti. But one scientist says not to be discouraged and to keep up the search. Oxford geneticist Brian Sykes decided to humor the Bigfoot believers. I mean, cryptozoologists.
Okay, girl, do not lean into the light. It makes you wash out and always sees mascara and lipstick. And since we're on the subject of correcting your video, step more towards the left. That way you've got room for your lower thirds and your video overlays. Now I realize the Bigfoot community is probably saying, What's Rictor talking about? What's a lower third? Hey Jethro, what's a video overlay? Well, anyway, since we're improving her video, Genevieve, may I suggest some blush and some fierce eyeliner? Ooh, way too much concealer and foundation. It's like Wednesday Addams in a Taylor Swift costume.
And tested 30 suspicious hair samples found all over the world. Samples that were apparently linked to various Bigfoot sightings. No dice, it turns out the hair samples just belong to stupid, boring earth animals like cows, raccoons, and a 40,000-year-old polar bear.
What's up with her eyes? Oh, girl, it's just Bigfoot. It's not that exciting. Kind of like your video.
But for those convinced of the abominable snowman's existence, have no fear. Sykes says, quote, I don't think this finishes the Bigfoot myth at all. What it does do is show that there is a way for Bigfoot enthusiasts to go back out into the forest and get the real thing. Is he trolling?
Okay, now I like her. She's my kind of girl. She's calling out Dr. Sykes for trolling. Good girl.
Noted cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman is okay with the unfortunate results. He said Sykes' analysis was, quote, the correct way to do cryptozoology science. On his website, cryptozoonews.com, he dubbed Mr. Sykes the 2013 Cryptozoologist of the Year, and Sykes graciously accepted by saying, quote, the next step is the Nobel Prize. Okay, he's totally trolling.
Oh, Genevieve, I totally like you, except for your wardrobe and poor choice in makeup, and that horrible necklace. And what are we gonna do about your hair? Oh, honey, oof. It's like a horse's tail, but there is potential.
So are you game for the great Bigfoot search, which has somehow been invigorated by negative test results and a complete lack of evidence? Let me know in the comments and like this video, and then subscribe to 1 Minute News.
Oh my God, she talks 1,000,000 miles an hour and then does this little dance for us. Oh, this 1 minute video is 1 minute too long. At last, we cover Jim Liebes. He has over 183 subscribers to his YouTube channel, and in this video, he's talking about survival, being outdoors, and of course, Bigfoot. Now what separates him from all the other Bigfoot idiots that put videos on YouTube is this guy has some serious game. Watch, and you will see.
I'm actually sheltered in pretty good here, so I don't believe the wind's going to be a factor on my mics, although the jets might be.
Now, upon first seeing this sexy man, you'll notice he has an excellent costume, sexy sunglasses, and a big stick. This is sexy. Image is everything.
For those of you who haven't heard my encounter with an unknown primate, I'm going to relive that. I'd been out in the forest about 3 or 4 days. That night had been colder than the previous nights. Normally I sleep in a hammock.
He can come sleep in my tent anytime. Now, as you watch his videos, you'll notice that he's always sitting with his legs spread right open.
That night I like to sleep in my tent. My tent fits in my pocket. My tent's my own design. You got to use natural resources to put it together, rocks and branches. I always keep my gear separate from my provisions.
I totally understand that. I keep my gag ball separate from my whipped cream. Provisions versus gear, get it? Never mind.
I'm laying in my tent and I'm hearing, well, you're always going to hear the terrain moving. It's going to be raccoons, skunks, pigs, could be a bear, could be a mountain lion, could be deer.
Could be Rictor.
I'm hearing the rustling getting closer and closer, so I'm getting a little bit more concerned. I just don't want it to be a bear or a pig.
We could Photoshop Darth Maul's lightsaber over that big stick of his. Add instant fanboy.
I see the shadow walk past my tent, and I see the shadow of the shoulders and the head walking past my tent. Well, I know it ain't no pig. I know it ain't no damn bear. So now I'm really getting concerned, and I'm laying there and I ain't moving, but I'm locked and loaded. My tent makes a lot of noise.
I bet this guy is a screamer. You know what I mean.
I hear my gear start getting messed with. I hear my provisions getting messed with. And then my tent collapses and my legs get pushed on from the bottom up to my hips.
You have to consider having a couple game cams pointing at your tent. That's what I do when I go Bigfooting. You could have had an epic Bigfoot photograph there, Jim.
If you find yourself in a survival situation or unknown situation, climb a tree. There's only one way into a tree, people.
Not if you're Tarzan. He's a swinger.
Sitting there, sun comes up, I climb out of the tree, go to my provisions, and I notice 2 of my little containers of spices are missing. Whether they got taken or buried or kicked or thrown, don't know.
Am I the only person here staring at his crotch? Or am I the only person here that's willing to be honest, to admit that I am all about what's behind that zipper?
To me, it's an unknown primate. Could it have been a human? Could have been. I believe I was trespassing on somebody's property.
What? Dude, know your surroundings at all times. You just put yourself in a bad situation. This guy might be hot, but he's not too bright.
It's beyond human behavioral characteristics to walk into somebody's camp, tear down their tent, and push them down. I'm not a Bigfoot researcher.
Dude, anyone can be a Bigfoot researcher, but not everyone can wear a hot costume like you can. Steve Coles, the Squatch detective, doesn't look as hot as you do, and that New York queen doesn't come close to your hot man drag.
A few days later, I'm talking to a friend. I explained the only thing that went missing were a couple of spices, and he said, well, what were they? And in one of the containers, I have a mixture of salt, pepper, garlic, onions, and I just kind of sprinkle it on an MRE and I'm good to go. Whatever took it knows the smell of garlic, knows the smell of onion.
I bet Bigfoot took his pot. It happens to Stacy Brown Jr. all the time.
In my opinion, I was lucky to get out of there with only losing some spices. Could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Jim, I want to go Bigfooting with you. With your hot costume and my leather, Bigfoot won't even know what to think. And now it's time for Rictor's Hate Mail of the Week. Let's slap this bitch. This week's hate mail comes from Stacy Brown Jr. from Bigfoot Evidence. He says, "God damn, your show is horrible." Coming from a hoaxer. Thank you for watching, Stacy Brown. How's that alligator arm doing for you? It's not a Bigfoot. Okay guys, so on tonight's Off the Rictor, we had Kelly Shaw attempting to protect the Bigfoot community. Then we had Genevieve Sullivan with her 1-minute news with her big eyes and bad makeup. Then we had 2 alleged homosexual, crypto-homosexual Bigfoots. And last but not least, Jim Liebes, showing us that image is everything. Well, that's it for this week, my Squatch monsters. Be sure to subscribe and comment down below telling me which one of these Bigfoot losers deserve to be nominated in my Rictor's Hall of Shame that'll happen at the end of this season. Also, don't forget, send me your video suggestions on the most outrageous Bigfoot personalities that need to be shaken up. Don't hate, congratulate. See you next week.